agree. I mean, look,
Oh,
man.
okay. Add another destination. See if we can add you to Twitter. Go ahead. Keep talking.
I'm
I'm
like
cooking right now.
think about this shit. Like when I was like, okay, like if you break down like the small forwards of the 2000s, and obviously he's not better than Bron. I don't think he was better than Melo. I think,
Right.
and he was certainly better than the other like Iguodalas and Danny Grangers. That would have been it
Sure.
unanimous. I think, rightly or wrongly, I think Paul Pierce is kind of that dividing line.
With the Paul Pierce was interesting, and the Carmelo one was interesting too, because I had a nasty ass agenda for that when it came to Carmelo Anthony. If Jimmy Butler wins one ring, he's probably going to go down as a better player than Carmelo Anthony,
I would agree.
and I think that is a travesty. But I also think that it is a fact of life because he is better. Hold on. So, all right. So this is what I need to do. I think I'm going live. Am I going live from Twitter right now? Um. It
I can
has
check
found.
real quick.
Hold on. I'm not this, but yes, I think I am.
I'm on the basement Twitter. I don't see
Not the
nothing.
basement Twitter. Look on my personal Twitter.
Oh, okay.
But if you look on YouTube right now, we have
Mm,
this. I think we're live on YouTube
I
right
don't
now.
see nothing on your Twitter. Let me check YouTube.
Okay. Uh, what is this?
And I do not. Oh, on YouTube. Okay, let me pull it up.
Yeah. Hold on now. Talk to me nice. Did we do it? I can't hear Ann anymore. Can you hear him, Dolphin?
I don't hear him.
Okay. So, oh no, did I turn it off? No, I want to turn it back on. So, if you guys look on to, let me see, manage. Can I share the Twitter one? I don't. Maybe not Twitter, but you don't see it on YouTube. Anybody?
Yeah, it's on YouTube. It's not on Twitter.
Hey, so it's not on Twitter.
Yeah, but it's on YouTube.
That feels wrong. It should be on. It should. I want it to be on Twitter too. To be honest with you, but YouTube is a start. I fucks with it being on YouTube right now. Um, I don't see. You're correct. It is not on Twitter, but I'll figure that out. But yeah, the Paul Pierce thing is interesting. Oh, my boy Vince. Sorry, Vince, for having you waiting down there. Vince, my guy, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm trying to figure out how to simulcast this this stream or this spaces or whatever you want to call it to multiple
Oh,
platforms at one time.
have you ever tried simulcasting before?
No, I'm successfully doing it right now onto I'm successfully doing it right now onto YouTube.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Because I was gonna say this is a you want to try to do it with the platforms that make you any sort of money.
You said what?
So you want to try to do it on the platforms that make you any sort of revenue,
Well,
like a
YouTube.
Twitch or whatever.
Yeah, so like we don't have a Twitch, but the Basement's YouTube channel is the biggest one. This will go on my personal Twitter. I don't know the password to the Basement's Twitter. I just have it on my phone. And it'll be a bad idea to say it out loud if I did in this medium, because this is also going to be on YouTube. Huzzah! So I figured out YouTube. I will figure out Twitter later. Dolphin brought up a pretty good thing, a pretty good topic when we were about like the comparisons that I was doing earlier. He was talking about the Jimmy Butler, Paul Pierce one.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I said that in the chat, and I was like, "That's insane." But to be honest, I agree. If Jimmy gets a ring, just because of the multiple finals trips, the multiple conference finals trips, just the legacy building, they're gonna say he's better.
Yeah, well, he don't have to get a finals ring to say he's better. Some people say he's better right now.
Yeah,
And
that's
some
also
people.
true.
You said what? And
Then I am some people.
you think Jimmy Butler's a better basketball player than Paul Pierce right now?
We Well, first off, Paul Pierce right now is like 45 and doing cocaine off of strippers. But
You're
Hey
right.
man, are you
So
implying
the
Jimmy's
reason,
not doing the same thing? Just playing in the league?
listen, we seen Paul Pierce as the best player on his teams before. Those teams were ass. Jimmy Butler on his best teams is just different.
I mean, Paul Pierce on
Right.
those Celtics, his second best player was like fat ass bankrupt Antoine Walker. It wasn't really something to fucking play with. It was pretty bad.
A
That's
champion,
Yeah.
Antoine Walker.
Like, look, I hate Paul Pierce just as much as the next man, bro. But like, let's not be disrespectful. Like, the man can hoop.
I'm gonna disconnect in a second, so just letting you know.
not for
Bro,
nothing.
All right.
Not
that's
for
my
nothing.
player comp. I'm not gonna disrespect him. I play just like the man, but because I'm slow as shit and all I could do is shoot. But
A
that
lot
don't
of
mean any better than Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, I know, bro, but I don't know, dog. Like Jimmy Butler, if he wins one ring, sure, then you can have a deeper conversation than that. But for right now, bro, I think you're vastly underrating what Paul Pierce was as a player because of the emotions tied to him as a player.
yes. It's like so much about Paul Pierce. He became such a fucking meme, and the way he ended his career so like ungracefully, like he became kind of like a jackass on the way out, like where Draymond said they don't love you like that, and then he said all the dumb shit about how he had a better career than D Wade, and then obviously like he became such a fucking goofy like commentator. It killed so much goodwill that he established as a player. Like I saw, obviously I seen Jimmy Butler do the same thing. I saw Paul Pierce go band for band with LeBron on straight elbow jumpers. I saw him give nasty work to Kobe Bryant, and he was averaging 27 points per game off just fucking elbow jumpers. He was difficult. This is before my time, but like he's nice. I
Bro,
can't.
I could make an
Look,
argument that Jimmy is the top 5 player in the game. You could never make that argument for Paul Pierce.
You can make that argument all you want. I don't think anybody would accept it.
Come
what,
playoff
top
time, it's
five
not a
player
debate.
playing like right now?
In the NBA,
I value playoffs more
Like
than
right
anything
now?
else. That's correct. I value playoffs more than
No.
anything else. And come playoff time, he's top 5.
I don't know if
Jimmy
you
Butler
can.
is top 10. He top 10, but he ain't top 5.
That's fair. But could you ever
In
make
the
an
league,
argument that Paul
just
Pierce
like
is
in
top 10?
general.
Are
No,
we what
Paul
now?
Pierce was never like top whatever,
That's
but
my point.
in
That's
my
my point.
opinion, they like the same. Uh, the same. But Paul Pierce was a motherfucker when he played. Cause I wasn't a Celtics fan as a kid, but I was a Paul Pierce fan as a kid. Cause I thought I was gonna be 6'7" and play just like him. But that it's the reason why that motherfucking name is the truth. Cause on the court, he was like, I have seen game winners from this motherfucker that pissed me off, bro. Like Paul Pierce he's a motherfucker.
It's
But Jimmy
it's
Butler,
not
if he
like
win a ring, he have an argument, you know.
it's awesome. It's not completely like disrespectful, bro. Like the man can hoop, bro. Like it's okay to say, bro. It's okay to say he can hoop, bro. Like I don't know. Like I understand like the hatred that comes with it because, like I said, I hate him just as much as the next man. But the boy can hoop, bro, and you got to respect that.
Yeah,
Paul
I'm not saying it's disrespectful. I'm admitting it's close because anytime a guy got a ring, like that's a big deal. But you could never make an argument Paul Pierce was top 5 in the game, and you can do that for Jimmy.
You can't though
Are we
because
talking about just performance like at a specific like time period, like short time period? We're not talking about like entire seasons or something like that.
At their peak.
Because like I'm not gonna lie, there was a lot of people that was like riding the Jimmy hype train during our playoff runs. Because when he gets into that mode, like you start seeing Twitter. It's just a bunch of just you see that picture of Jimmy and Jordan with that half and half photo. It's like, oh, it's the same person because he be doing that in the playoffs. But it's because he doesn't do it in the regular season where Jimmy himself he gets well deserved flack, just not performing like that in the regular season.
You definitely right. But my whole point is I don't care about that. Like, the only thing I care about is the playoffs. And if you comparing Paul Pierce in the playoffs versus Jimmy is no debate.
This is why I advocate for like a college style, like 30 game, 42 game season, because it's not caring about the regular season stuff. It's for the birds, man. I mean, that's just for me, personally.
I
bro.
agree. The season's too long. Season should be the lockout
No, I
season in
agree.
2011 or 2012, 62 games. That was perfect.
Hold on, bro. I'm sorry. I'm engaged in the conversation, but not really because I'm trying to figure out how to stream to Twitter. It says I'm doing it, but I don't see it. Does anybody else see it? I'm sorry, y'all have to look on there for me.
On Twitter? No, I can't. I can't even use this app.
No,
Twitter
you
on
don't.
at
You
the
don't
same
got
time.
nothing. Yeah, it's nothing
All
there.
right, fuck it for now. Like I'm going to get it done because I need to. It's annoying, but yeah. What about the other comp? I got some pushback on the Bam versus Paul Gasol, Mark Gasol thing.
Well, Marc
That was
Gasol
a
has a
good one.
DPOI and he has a championship, so people are gonna
Yeah.
give you a lot of pushback for that. That's for sure.
Nah, I didn't like that. To be honest, I think a better comp would be like Sean Kemp or something. Because Marcus Saul, Bam, they never really
No.
had
No,
similar
it
games.
would. They don't have to have
That's
similar
because
games.
they
That's not what I asked you. I was asking you who's the better player.
That's fair, but obviously it's harder to compare when they got two completely different play styles. You feel me?
look.
That's
We
kind of the
talking
point,
about
isn't it?
Raptors Marc Gasol, or we talking about Memphis Grizzlies Marc Gasol? 'Cause if we talking
We
about
talking
Memphis
about
Grizzlies
Grizz,
we
Marc
talking about
Gasol.
Memphis Grizzlies Marcus All, bro. Of course it's not.
Hey
Grizzlies Marc
man,
Gasol
hey
was a
man,
nigga,
He
bro.
hey
was hell,
man,
bro.
hey man. If we doing that, then I'm gonna be like, yo, gonna give. Oh, I don't want to go against Bam though, but fuck, man, Marcus Gasol on this fucking team.
Well,
That
so
dude was
the
a
thing is,
bro.
the thing about like Gasol and also with Paul Pierce too is just they're just such smart defenders. They understand their own limitations and they just maximize the way they play that defensive side of the court. And Paul Pierce can't really do too much, but Gasol, I mean, he would just lock that shit down, bro. He's not letting no bullshit fly in the paint. So
Marcus Gasol is like the gold standard version of Brook Lopez.
yeah, exactly. Oh, and then all the offensive side of the ball, man, all the great passing. So it's just those Spaniards, man. They know how to play basketball. Well, they used to.
Yeah. How do you feel about Bam and Zebo?
You see, I was gonna do Kevin Love and Zebo.
I respect it. That's like perfect right there.
That's like I want it to be like difficult for people to work this out because like you would think on initial look like yeah Kevin Love got 2 rings or whatever, but pound for pound as a basketball player, I don't know. I've seen Zebo do some shit that I
Those Grizzlies
respect.
team just had Kobe Bryant. If they didn't have to go against Kobe Bryant a lot of fucking times, or in that Western Conference in general, they probably would have won one. Cause them
That's
team, the grit and grind, man. Oh my god, I loved watching Memphis play
I mean, the
basketball.
West was hell in general because the grit and grind would just keep running to the brick wall in the conference finals or the second round. Whether it
correct.
was Kobe, whether it was the Spurs, whether it was the OKC that
Yeah.
one year. I don't even know if they played them, but
Like
um,
if Memphis
it's
had that
just crazy.
team, if Memphis had that team in today's standards, with like player wise and everything playing like how they did back then, now they would have like a they would have like a top 3 team every fucking year, bro. Just off of off of defense in their system. Because that Grizzlies team, bro, I'm surprised they never got any. They never snuck and got one. But I mean, them Spurs teams was ridiculous, especially when Manu moved to the fucking bench. Kobe Bryant and the Lakers, like no matter who the fuck was there, yeah, Kobe, yeah, like
Them niggas is us, man. They
you
just keep
know,
running into more talent, and
They
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 just
never had a
lose.
top five
yeah.
player in the game. Think about it. When's the last time
Hey,
you had a champion without a top five player? It's the
yo,
Pistons. That's pretty much
Yo,
it.
since you just said that are we those era Grizzlies? Is this Miami Heat
Yes,
team that era Grizzlies?
yes.
brother, brother,
uh,
you might be on to something right there. Bro,
That's
how
I
do
that's
you
mean,
fair.
how
not
many
have
That's a fair
teams?
take.
solid 3 years.
How many? How many teams from those eras that almost made it there but never got anything? But it was like, holy shit, they like not even a piece away, but they just don't have the talent. You know what I'm saying? Like, how many teams is it like that?
I mean,
a
those teams
bunch of
always
them?
pop up. Yeah, you have I was gonna say the Pacers were like that, but they kind of had the talent. They just didn't have the supporting cast. I don't know. But again, they kept running into us. That might have not been completely true either. They just were unlucky.
Yeah, yo, because I
But
was gonna say,
The Grizzlies really they just lack the talent. And just like the 04 Pistons were just special.
The fucking
They
Heat
had something
lack
special.
the talent.
hey, the '04 Pistons, what was that? Was that the year? Was that the back to back year when Dwayne Wade got hurt, or was that the first year they won when Dwayne Wade got hurt? That was the second year
The 04 was
because
when
you
we
know
just
D Wade
drafted
his rib got fucked up.
that was rookie Dwayne Wade's rookie year.
Okay,
Um,
okay, so yeah, that
yeah,
was it was the first year. So yeah, okay, because I know I know they beat the Heat because D Wade fucking rib got
yeah,
exploded
no,
and shit.
that was the season after.
Okay, so yeah, that was the back to back year. That was the second year of the motherfuckers or whatever is what I was trying to say. I was trying to remember because I had a point to make, but now my point is moot, so I won't make it.
You might as well make it because I ain't got no transition for you right now. I'm cooking right now. I'm about to have this shit. I think I'm about to have it on the basement Twitter. I don't know. Let me figure it out. I'm in my bag right now, bro.
I see. Now I was talking about motherfucking defensively, like those types of teams. They're always good. They just usually lacking on the offensive side, which is what I view the Heat as. They're always good defensively. It's just they don't have the punch to push them past those little difficult times, you know. And I was about to say the Cavaliers, if they didn't win that one title with Golden State, they'd be one of those teams too. That like talent out the ass, but just ran into the better team. Even though it wasn't really fair, because I mean you got KD, the best shooting backcourt surrounding KD. Like I mean,
That
you know,
that Warriors team was such a ridiculously pull. Like they took advantage of the KD going into free agency, the moment that there was going to be this huge influx of money into the league, to allow them to actually sign KD onto that roster that won 72 games. It's just so ridiculous, man. It's actually insane.
I need to
bro.
log.
They slept walked into like 60 plus wins in the regular season, and then they lost one game the entire playoffs. Like it's so ridiculous.
Bro, that fucking Warriors team, what was that, 2015, whatever 2015 was, I was at boot camp, bro. And you know, you don't get like any access to anything, bro. Like no internet, none of that shit. It's like you're in fucking jail. Bro, I was in dental, bro. And I had to get my wisdom teeth taken out. Cause in boot camp it was like my second, third week in this bitch, bro. They was playing the games and shit and telling us. I was like, bro, what's going on in basketball? What's going on in basketball? How did he do? You know, it's like LeBron getting left and all that shit. They said the Warriors was like undefeated or some shit and they had like 20 whatever the fuck wins. I was like, what the fuck, dude? Like how? And then once I got out of boot camp, I seen, oh, backcourt. Motherfucker going crazy.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, bro. When I saw KD had joined the Warriors after Golden State lost at finals, I was like, you know what? There's no point. I didn't watch that season. Oh man. And I'm glad I didn't waste my time because God, that'd be frustrating. So, but I watched the next season, so I still got a glimpse of the great hoops. But I'm just like, it was literally unfair. It was literally unfair.
You talking about KD over
And the
there at
thing
Golden
is, too,
State?
yeah, that first season in 2017, I'm like, bro, no one's beating this team. There's just no one was beating. When they started losing some players, like maybe they will have depth, maybe they'll run into struggles. And Houston did give them a run for their money, but like
Is parity really worth it?
I don't know.
Because the league was better then.
Was it?
I don't know.
When you knew who was going to win, was it real? Did it feel better?
Kind of. To be honest with you,
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. When we were there on top, I
Pa-
kind of like that shit too.
like it gives you a
yo,
universal target to hate, bro.
That's
yo,
true.
pa- parody is good for the regular season because you could just tune into any game and this will be competitive for the most part. But the playoffs will get kind of boring because you ain't really trying to watch Max Struess. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just what it is.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't trying to watch Max Struess in the playoffs and Gabe Vincent and
Yeah.
all this shit. You know what I mean? Because
I
this
think
is
people were
winding down.
I think people were generally more invested in like people were more invested in what the NBA had going on when they knew it was going to end up with the Cavs and Warriors in the finals.
Yep.
Okay. I see what
Because
you mean.
at that point it's like, oh, we know who's going to be there. Let's watch them
Exactly.
lose, and because everybody want to see the
Exactly.
superstar lose. You know what I mean? Don't nobody give a fuck about Jimmy Butler going crazy, but who gives a shit? It's Jimmy Butler. Like nobody really cares because he ain't got the
Ex-
superstar attraction like that. You know?
like
Because I
even
mean,
Jokic.
look,
Jokic ain't really got superstar attraction out there.
Yeah, because he's
he
not
just
giving
like
out
Jimmy.
the bites. He doesn't give out the
Yeah.
clips. He doesn't give out the media sound bites, so they can't just push it 24/7 like they do LeBron. LeBron be saying some wild shit. Like this summer when he was like, "I am the sun," I'm like, this motherfucker, man. I know
Bro,
why
like
Nuggets fans would be mad as hell at him.
like perfect example, bro. When the Celtics and the Heat was in the Eastern Conference Finals, I ain't talking about the finals yet, but when they was in the Eastern Conference Finals, they was trying to push that fucking narrative so bad when it was like even up 0-0 the series started. As soon as Miami went 3-0, bro, it was like they was coming up with shit to try to fucking make people watch this series, bro. It
Oh
didn't get
yeah,
good till like they won. Cause like
bro.
everybody was like, what the fuck? Nobody expected that shit. And like nobody wanted to watch. It was so many people like, bro, if the Miami Heat make the finals, it's going to be the most boring finals that you ever see, whoever they go against, bro. It's crazy.
When we got up 3-0, and the morning after, Greeny does that stupid ass graphic where it's like teams that have come back from 3-0, and he puts that one with an asterisk will be the Celtics. I'm like, this piece of shit. But I get it, it's for the media narratives and talking points.
It
I mean,
works.
Damn it,
shit.
they got to a
Yeah,
game seven, bro.
It fucking works, brother. That's all that really matters, bro. Is that it fucking works.
That's why
Hold
I
on.
more than anything I want to get a star so they can just like stop disrespecting us and like actually just not try to turn shit on us all the time.
Would
They hate us
Miami
because we're successful at
would Miami
with
getting
our
a
mid-ax
star
players.
would Miami getting a star make the East like anticlimactic?
yes.
I don't think so.
Because of all it will because of all the shit that they've been doing the past 5 years, bro. If they can get Donovan Mitchell and people start talking about Miami, they're gonna hate Miami, bro. And that's what the media need. That like Miami does not need to be the people where, oh, we're working hard, we got the undrafted, whatever the fuck. They paying attention because we like grit and grind East. Like, no, they need to be superstar power. We better than everybody. Y'all fucking hate us because of where we live at. And we have a better team than y'all. And we got a better setup. Like they gotta have a superstar for it to be like interesting in Miami. Like Jimmy Butler, cool. Bam is cool, but they gotta get like the Donovan Mitchell level star, and so they can get the narrative behind them. Because the only way people will be like Miami will be popular is if people hate Miami. That's the only way.
I kind of like the idea of people hating Miami. Like I enjoyed it.
Definitely,
I enjoyed it
yes,
quite a bit when people hated Miami. That was one of my favorite times as a goddamn fan, bro.
bro.
Oh,
I'm like
hey, bro.
I'm telling you, bro. Like
Hold on, bro.
wherever you go. What's up?
Hey, bro, look on Twitter, bro.
What happened?
Oh, man, look at the basement Twitter. Oh, we cooking now. We cooking now. I told you I was finna figure this shit out.
You know what's funny? We're a mid-market team. We're not even a large market team, but they love to talk shit on us, no matter what. So I don't know
Yeah,
if
that's nice.
us getting
I
a
see
super.
it.
I don't know if us getting a superstar or any like relevant all star is gonna actually change like that much. Like we don't become a super team suddenly. So if we get the
You,
star, they're
you
just gonna
talking
hate
about
on the fact that we
Miami?
fail. Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
okay,
I don't.
so think about it from this perspective already. Like people hate the fact that Miami is able to have success with scrubs now. So if Miami gets a player that puts them over the top, doesn't that just like lends itself to Miami being hated even more? And like
I mean,
Yes.
okay.
it does, but you use the word like anticlimactic, and I'm just thinking it's like, well, nothing's ever guaranteed. So they can always just build us up for like, okay, now they're real title contenders, and then if we fail, I mean, they get to just dogpile on us more, you know? So I think it just works out in all favors, to be honest. Which is
Somebody
why
See,
I
okay,
but
think
we
the
so
media
need the
was really
narrative,
pushing.
man.
all right, so
That's
I
why I
need to
think the
find a
media was
way to make
really
this.
pushing Dame here.
This is actually like pretty fucking complex, but I need to find a way to make this work from StreamYard because there are people commenting on the YouTube video that I can't see from playback. So I'll just see. Somebody said, "Do we think that the Heat should pursue Dejounte Murray?" Uh, yeah, yeah.
They should
We
pursue any guard upgrade, in my opinion.
we literally
Yeah.
have 0 guards on the roster. Kyle Lowry's hurt. Drew Smith is out for the season.
That piece of shit, bro.
Drew, bro, why
The
you gotta call Drew Smith a piece of shit, bro?
bro, he was, bro. He took Goran's spot, bro. Like Goran should have been here. Dame should have been here. It should have been the power of friendship, bro. Like it should have been me tuning into the game, happy, watching, but none of that happened.
You wanted Uber vibes going on at the time, bro.
Yes, the power of friendship. Bam got his friend here. Jimmy got his friend here that he
You th-
requested.
you
You
think
know,
Goran would have? You think Goran would have been lit like if he was here?
hell yeah. I mean, I think he would have been asked because he like 100 years old. But it's like, why not have him
Correct.
at the end of the bench? You know,
Can I say
like
Why?
why
something?
not?
Why
Like,
not have Duncan at the end of the? I mean, why not have Goran at the end of the bench right now?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure even if you put Drew Smith in his youth up with Goran Dragic now, Goran Dragic was still probably a better player. That's just my personal opinion.
I honestly don't think so.
Go ahead, Dolphin.
No, I really, I hate to say it, dude, because I love the fucking guy dearly, and I'm very, very fucking grateful for everything he brought to the Heat. That is purely a sentimental move. He was cooked more than cooked could ever be fucking cooked. The guy was finished, man. And having him
I
be
also agree with that.
at the end of the bench, it would have simply been sentimental. He wouldn't have contributed much. But I also see on the other side of the aisle, well, what was Drew Smith contributing? I honestly believe Drew Smith was slightly coming into his own. Not necessarily anything of fucking like, he wasn't giving you like 10 and 15 off the bench. He was just doing the little shit. And then that whole thing in Cleveland completely fucked his shit up. And simply as just being another body for the point guard position would have been. It's still fucking preposterous to me that they came into a season with a 70-year-old Kyle Lowry as the only point guard on their roster. That's almost like borderline malpractice to even look at it that way. And I don't think the cure for that would have been an equally as old Goran Dragic, to be honest with you.
I look. I didn't fuck with Goran Dragic like before he left, and so I won't pretend like I fuck with Goran Dragic now. I agree that he made. No, I don't. He wouldn't have been a better player than Drew Smith, bro. Like he just wouldn't have been. He's not. Like he was cooked. It was over with, bro. So I really can't get down with kind of like the Dragic narrative. So I'm glad that we never signed him. I'm glad he retired, and I'm glad like he retired with people still having that nostalgic feel around who he was as a player at the end of his career.
That's like what Kanye said, man. Leave him while you're hot. That's where Mace screwed up. Because I'm telling you, dude, the worst thing that could have happened was just leave with that fuzzy feeling. Leave with the memories of what we remember. Because the worst thing that could have fucking happened is an equalizer too, bruh. The worst thing that could have happened is Dragic actually being in legitimate contributing minutes. Because let's face it, look how often Lowry's hurt now, and him stinking up the joint. It would have been nasty fucking things being said about the guy. So let's just leave with good feeling because he was not looking.
That's a terrible take from the both of you.
How?
Because one, we haven't seen Dragic play in a year or two. We don't know what he still has left in the tank, which I understand you're saying, oh, he probably didn't play, which probably means he sucks. But you realize we're comparing him to Drew Smith, who was hot trash. I wanted Goldie back.
Yeah, I mean, like it's not like Goran Dragic was out here lighting up the world the last time he was playing. Like he was terrible with the Raptors. Or you forgot that part of him playing.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
you
Goran
know he
Dragic
wasn't
was
happy.
fucking
You
dog
know he
shit.
wasn't happy.
He
You know
was-
it'd be a difference if he was back here. Come on now.
Goran Dragic was
Would
dog
it?
shit.
Your point, Anthony. To your point, I understand. Okay, look, probably going to Toronto. It's not like we sent him to a fucking contender, which probably didn't make him all the happiest in the world, sending him to another country. But at the same time, all right, cool. They sent him to. He went to Brooklyn after, which still had some legitimate aspirations, and then the whole thing blew up. He sucked there. Then he went to Chicago, which they were shit. And then he played in Milwaukee. He did fuck all. So like they put him in like relatively title contending position, and he still.
It's not about him wanting to win. It's about him being home. Miami's obviously his home. Anytime you're away from home, regardless if the team is good or not, you're not gonna perform.
Slovenia is his home. Miami is where he worked for a couple of years.
Now Miami's his home. Like he said, like his kids are gonna grow up here. Like he said, his home.
Yeah, I don't care about like happiness and all that. The player was cooked, bro. Like I think you'd be like it feels like a Kevin Love situation where you might get a good game here or there from Goran Dragic, but the consistency would be off. It'll be up and down all the time. So it's a couple of things
100%.
going on. It's a
But
couple of things
Drew
going on right
Smith,
now, huh?
no, 100%. But Drew Smith wasn't a part of this rotation. He was a guy that was playing spot minutes when they needed it because guys were injured. That's all Gogi would be doing. He'd play like 25 games this year, 15 minutes a night. Like that's all I'm asking.
I mean, I don't think
That feels like
I
a
think he
lot.
would have been. I think he should. If anything, he would have been more in like a UD role, just being like the vet presence in the locker room, not actually expecting to be played no matter how many players are injured, unless it's really, really desperate and you only have 8 people available or something.
I agree,
But
but is that not better than Drew Smith? Like, you know what I mean?
not really, because if he's a complete liability on defense and he's giving you nothing on offense, he's literally
Drew Smith. He's Drew Smith with veteran savviness. Like,
except Drew Smith could actually play some defense. Like, let's not play.
That's where we disagree.
He can play some amount of defense.
Drew Smith's not. He's nobody's stopper, but like he's a better defender than Goran Dragic. He's definitely like you can get more use out of him than Goran Dragic. Like I get it, bro. Like the feels and the vibes and all that would have been way up with Goran here. But I think as a basketball player, his time was like done. He'd be the new Udonis / Kevin Love, like just vibes guy. And I don't think Miami's in a position to have vibes guys anymore. They already had that with UD for years.
Yeah.
So
Well,
that's
for sure. That's why I think a better argument is there's other guys I wanted out there like Dennis Smith Jr., like Ish Smith, like Austin Rivers. Like I think there's guys that actually could have contributed. I was just kind of mad they went in the Drew Smith direction instead of somebody who's actually good.
so
You know
a couple
how
of
pissed
things.
I am about this.
Go ahead, Vince.
No, because like I think he was supposed to come here and be the backup for Dame if we had got Dame, and that would have been so hard.
If we got
For the
Goran
fact
Dragic
for
back,
us- No, Dennis Smith Jr.
yeah, Dennis Smith Jr.,
yeah,
Christian
so-
Wood, Kelly Oubre Jr. probably would all be on the
Yeah.
Heat right now if we got Dame.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I'm talking
I mean-
like straight point. Like even Ish Smith. Ish Smith, he got picked up but I think Charlotte recently, like he's a guy that could still play. Like they could have found any other vet min point guard other than Drew Smith.
Yeah, but Drew Smith he's in the long list of guys that they're developing. Hold on though, before somebody else talk, I want to get this off because I got comments coming from a bunch of different places because the kid has figured out simulcasting. So in the chat in stream or what is this shit called playback? They put up the Raptors and Pascal Siakam are on the verge of parting ways, but there's no team involved in that, so that doesn't help. In the YouTube chat, somebody said I would love for us to get out and get help. And I just have grown attached to our players and don't want to see none of them go aside from Caleb and Kyle. Joni Armani, for the long haul, this might not be the place for you because we will trade everybody on this roster outside of Jimmy. Well, some of us will trade Jimmy, but Bam is pretty much the only universal untradeable on here. We ain't trying to trade them all, but we would. The boy Dan the Film Gent, consistency is key. He said, now we're streaming in the daytime. He said, what has this channel become? Brother, it's just, we trying to expand. We trying to figure out new ways to do the same shit. My boy CS came up here. CS, did you come up here because of the Goran Dragic conversation?
I just wanted to say, like, y'all right, Goran's washed, but, like, fuck Drew Smith. Like, fuck him. He ain't
That's
shit.
my point.
That nigga
That's my
tried,
point.
like he said, like if it was Dennis Smith Jr., I completely agree. Like, I'm sorry, Goran, like we don't give a fuck, but like it's Drew Smith. Like he ain't shit. Like bring Goran back for the fields, man, and go get Jamari Bouye. Let him play. He way better than Drew Smith to me personally.
Nah, he tripping when he said Jamari Bouye.
No. He cooking with Jamari Bouye. You gotta let go of that hate in your heart, man.
I'm not saying Bouye like some starter or something like that. I'm just saying, like,
you better not be saying he's some rotation player or nothing like that.
I don't think any of these point guards are rotation players, to be honest with you. But if I gotta choose, I'm choosing the point guard that's fast and can get up the court and out here getting triple doubles with steals in G League. I at least take that. You got some type of talent.
I ain't gonna hate on that process, man.
If you're looking at like the developmental point guards, you got your kind of flops with Briante Weber, Marcus Garrett, and then you got your kind of ones that worked out like Gabe Vincent, Kendrick Nunn. Drew Smith is with the Marcus Garretts and Briante Webers. Like he's gonna be put in the pile that just didn't work out.
No, because Briante Weber never even got on the roster though, gang.
Yeah,
like
he's a project. I'm talking projects. Like
yeah, I'm sure, but Drew Smith is already better than Briante Weber ever was with this organization. Briante Weber is another one of those vibes guys. I love Briante Weber and rooted for him to get on the roster every year that he was in contention. But the facts are the facts, gang. Brother was.
But Drew Smith is closer to Briante Weber than he is to Kendrick Nunn or Gabe Vincent.
100%. But he's also closer. He's also closer to Gabe Vincent than Goran Dragic is.
It's tough for me to say that.
That's like comparing shit and shit. It's still shit.
I'm just so sad that Marcus Garrett developed nothing in offense. Like not even a 3-point shot. He just needed a 3-point shot, man.
Boy did have the straps, didn't he?
The straps, dog. Crazy.
Marcus Garrett had the straps. For everybody who's just now joining the playback, what's up? Welcome. You want to speak? Request, we'll let you up here. We got 2 visitors. Don't just be a visitor. Become a member. Hang out with us. We're cool, guys. Everybody watching us on YouTube right now, we appreciate that too. That is wild that we can do this at the same time. Everybody watching on Twitter, what's up, gang? Y'all make sure y'all tap in with us whenever y'all can. This is going to be the forum for people. Like, I'm going to start doing lunchtime spaces like this so that we can have people's different opinions, get everybody a chance to, speak their piece and get seen by a broader audience. Let's help everybody try and get a little bit more exposure. Follow all the rest of these folks. Don't follow me because I'm just going to piss you off. Yeah, let's say Philly or Indy for Pascal. Which one is worse for Miami? Pascal going to Philly or Indy?
I mean, they can't keep up with fucking Indy, bro. It might slow them down a little bit getting Pascal.
So you think it's worse
for saying I'll trade everything for Pascal? Am I tripping?
Define
yeah, that's a little bit too much.
What you mean by
Tyler Jovich, all the picks. Tyler Jovic all the picks.
No.
Yeah, it's too much for Pascal, bro.
You think so?
Like, as a player, like,
Yeah.
he's a good player, but it's like the fit with Bam and Jimmy is like, I just don't see it. Like, they
Because there's
all
nothing to be
operate.
seen, brother.
Bro, if it's Bam, Jimmy, and Pascal, you need like a DeJounte Murray motherfucker as a guard, bro, because that shit is retarded. Like, space gonna be the fucking paint, bro.
Nasty,
Like,
bro.
yeah, motherfuckers ain't gonna be able to do shit with that.
So back to Royals' question, I would say it'd be worse if he landed on the Pacers because he gives him a defender. And, they have enough shooting around him and Tyrese to just make that shit work.
Hell,
That's what
Tyrese
I'm
a
saying,
shooter.
man.
Yeah, Tyrese is a shooter too. Yeah. I see that form, and I'm just like, this
But
should not
see,
work.
Miles Turner is retarded, so like Bam can take advantage of that. But I don't want to see Bam go up against Embiid and Pascal Siakam and
Yeah,
Tyrese
that's a
Maxey,
lot.
bro. Like, no.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, like,
That's a lot.
I don't ever
That is
believe
true.
in the 76ers, but if they got Pascal and Embiid plus motherfucking Tyrese Maxey, I don't know, man. I wouldn't want to see that.
And if
Right,
they
so
get
that,
some shooting around that too.
yeah, so I don't think it'll be just
Exactly.
Pascal straight up for what it would be, Tobias Harris or something like that. They have to go pluck some other stuff from off.
See,
But what does Toronto have in terms of like shooting to offer them?
Gary Trent.
they got Gary Trent.
Yeah,
They got
that's
him,
what
but
I'm
I don't
saying.
know how that'll work money
Yeah, I don't know.
wise. I got to look at the little
Yeah,
fan spell
Oh, they're
shit.
supposed to have that Grady Dick guy, but he's fucking dog shit. So
Because that I'm from what I remember, I think Pascal made like 37.9, and I think Gary Trent is 18.2. So like you gotta have at least 50 coming out. I think what is the fucking dude Tobias Harris better than over me. What is he like 40 a year?
yeah, some runner.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know. I mean, what you have to get rid of the Reed kid from the 76ers. So Reed will be gone. Uh, fucking Tobias as the main one. So that's like 44, 46, somewhere in that. So you still got to get rid of like 8, 9 million.
wait, they gotta get rid of B-ball Paul? Oh man.
Oh, you said Marcus Morris?
Fuck, I forgot they had all them goddamn forwards there too.
Oh,
Forgot
Oh
about that.
oh, Lalo. Would I rather have Mitchell or Dejounte? I'd rather have Donovan Mitchell.
Hey, don't Philly got like some cap space too because of the Harden thing?
I think they can
Oh,
use their picks. I don't know if it's cap
they,
space.
they haven't paid Tyrese Maxey yet, so they should have a little money somewhere.
What?
I don't know.
thought they did.
I'm not a cap guy. No, they didn't extend Tyrese Maxey, did they?
Oh,
No.
they
Nah, they
No,
did.
they
They
haven't.
said fuck him. They did
They
what
are
fucking Miami didn't do to
Shoulda did
Tyler.
Right,
exactly.
right. They are fucked. But yeah, like Philly is fucked when it comes to like money. Because they're gonna have to pay Tyrese Maxey big cash.
big
For a
money.
reason. They didn't pay him because they wanted to make sure they had cap space to potentially sign someone like Pascal instead of trading their assets for him. So like it doesn't
So they
make
did
sense
an
for them
amazing
to
thing.
trade, sign their quote unquote star, then they're gonna extend Tyrese Maxey.
Oh, by the
You're
Bro,
way,
up. What's
ain't
going on,
that
Zach?
amazing how a
Chilling,
team
brother.
is ran?
since Chris Haynes released that tweet, then that basically means like the deal's probably already done. They just haven't confirmed which team yet.
Bro, he's a warrior.
That would be great for Miami.
What
It
would be great
would.
for Miami?
Yeah, get that man
If
out.
Pascal became
Get
a
that man
warrior,
out of the East.
Yeah, get him out the
Yes,
East. Keep going
because
West.
my thing, it's not even just that. My thing with them, if it's the Warriors and the Raptors, Miami can sneak in there and get somebody with a small salary where they don't have to give up a lot of shit. Because Miami is not going to be the main person of a trade. They're going to be helping somebody else get somebody else. Because if they want to say they shit, that's the only way they're gonna be able to do it. Is by assisting somebody else going somewhere.
They need to get rid of Thomas Bryant. That's like a waste of a contract. That's like a waste of a spot right now. Like he ain't even worth playing.
Trust you me,
I make no money.
that
It's
is
like
in the works.
it's like 3 or 4 spots on Miami that's being wasted right now, and they do it every fucking year. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it's terrible.
And then they won't even fill the entire roster. That's the crazy part. Like,
For years, it was
Yep.
wasted by the same person, but at least he was a locker room.
Read from the fan chat. Jalen McDaniels, I would like on his team. He's 6'9" and can actually move around on the court. Is he retarded? Yes. But is he athletic and black? Yes.
The qualities that are admired around here. I want some athleticism is sorely needed on this team. Like I think that's what I'm looking for. Like whoever you trade for, just make sure that they can run and jump and dribble. Like I need those things on this roster, bro. Because that transition shit. What do y'all think about the transition or lack thereof with this team? Why is that? Like, what's the primary reason for something like that?
For the
They don't
playoffs,
have.
they're a playoffs team. In the playoffs, you don't really be running like that.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing. Even with when D Wade was here, they like one of the slowest paced fucking teams. The only time I seen them move was when LeBron was here, and they barely really did that there too. They was just better than everybody. Um, it's like we don't have the guards to go fast, and we don't have the talent to go fast either. So that's how come when it's like a 3-on-2 or 3-on-1, nobody knows like, oh, if I'm driving in the middle, one of you be on each side of me, and I'm just gonna pause here, let you cut, to draw the defender to me. You got a wide open layup. Like, no, we're gonna bring this shit out. I want to hit a three because I'm Steph Curry type shit. Like, we don't have the ability to do a good transition game. You know what I'm saying? The players just ass.
him in one of the oldest, slowest, shortest teams in the NBA. Like, it's gonna be hard to run when you got a 38-year-old point guard or you don't have a point guard some nights. Period.
But like, isn't there such thing like opportunistic teams? Like, there are opportunities where it doesn't have to be like necessarily your identity, but it just feels like they have opportunities where they are running. They just stink at the decision making part of it. It's not just athleticism that's fucking them up in transition. It's decision making too.
I think part of
Yeah,
it's a
like
Spo
we
thing
ain't got the
because
players for it.
well, Spo also like emphasizes chuck up threes and that sort of thing, and like they really taking that to heart. And I don't think Spo be having that big of a problem with it as he should.
He also preaches pushing the pace, and they don't do that.
Yeah, but sometimes they'll push the pace, but what do they do in transition? They settle for three, you know?
Bro,
I,
they don't even run with each other when they when they get the rebound, bro. Like, I don't know if anybody's seen it, but as soon as Bam or even Yovi get the rebound, like nobody is running with them. The only people I see running is Triple J, sometimes Tyler, but he not even running towards the goal. He just running towards the corner or the wing. And like maybe Highsmith, but he's a fucking retard. Caleb, he's retarded. Like they don't have, like how Roy said, they don't have good decision makers, bro. But other than that, like they don't have the talent, in my opinion, to finish a break when it's that fast moving. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think it's because they don't practice it?
Dude, it's like fucking as simple. Like I've seen shit like this from 3-man weave like practices in high school. It's like, dog, you guys don't know how to fucking do this shit. Like it's goddamn elementary. Like what's wrong with y'all?
That's
I
what I'm
just
saying. I think they don't practice it because Culture doesn't focus on it. One and two, because it might be a waste of time because they literally don't draft the athletes.
well, it's because they're supposed to come into the league with that type of institutional knowledge, and I don't think they waste time on shit like that. Like you do it,
Mm.
but you don't teach it. And I think John Calipari, I seen an interview with him where he was saying the reason that he doesn't like American-born players anymore is because they play more games than they do practices, and so they miss out on a lot of the fundamentals. And I think that's what you see. Like a lot of these players, we're getting a little bit younger, and a lot of these guys just don't know how to like run a break. Like Tyler Hero does not know how to run a break, and he's in year 5 in the league.
I think Royal, like I think if I remember that quote, it's like the difference between American players and European players. In the AAU circuit, American players are playing 6 games and 1 practice. European players are practicing
Correct.
and then playing 1 game.
Correct.
Hey, I just want to say this about the European American thing. The next time you see Jovic initiating offense or running the offense, look at how he looks at the floor and how he like wants to pass to somebody, but he sees that they're not paying attention and he can't do the pass to him. It has been tons of drop passes from Jovic to the inside of the post for someone cutting, especially Highsmith, because he doesn't know that he's open. It is like funny to watch because I be screaming at my fucking TV when it's happening. My girl be getting pissed at me, bro.
Well,
Yeah.
the reason for that is because most European basketball, like we talk about systems over here in America, but we don't really play with systems. The NBA is not about systems; it's more about space. And so, like they do little things to create space, whereas opposed to like these European teams where they actually like it's I don't know, like watching the Olympics, it's something completely different happening when they playing basketball. It's synchrony. You know what I mean? Like they all together. They all know where the ball is flowing and what's going to happen next. As opposed to Americans, where it's like, give this man the ball, clear out, let him cook or whatever. And we use athleticism and talent to overcome defenses, as opposed to like schematics. And I think that's what's happening with Nico. He's grown up, huh?
Miami is definitely, if there was like a spectrum, we're definitely more on the system side than your traditional most NBA teams. Because if you really look at it, a lot of our shit is like in the half court. And like I know we're not that good in transition and whatnot, but if you ask me, it's not really that big of a deal because we all know what's gonna happen in the playoffs. Like you have teams like the Kings is like the perfect example. Like yo, last season, 130 points every game, like up and down, up and down. When the playoffs came and they played some real niggas who knew what to do, all that shit is done. So being able to control the tempo, like Miami can't go band for band with OKC. If you try to, you're not winning the game. It doesn't matter what's going on. You can't try to outscore some of these teams. You have to outsmart them, play them. Like, the when Bam is actually taking it to check blocking effect instead of trying to drive on Chet one on one. You're not driving on Chet one on one. But you throw that shoulder into his chest where he is half a step late on his jump and you turn around and shoot, like you're gonna get a bucket every single time. So I think it's definitely like in terms of yes, is it more pleasing to the eye to watch up and down, up and down, up and down? Obviously, that's why I be watching other teams sometimes. But like my friend said, hey, they don't play basketball like the '90s no more. I tell them, hey, just watch the Miami Heat game or Chicago Bulls game, and that's not maybe 2000s basketball for you.
That's a really good point. Like I agree that Miami is closer to like a system basketball team than most other organizations. But even Miami shit it feels like it always ends up in a high screen and roll or dribble handoff anyway. Like, and those are space creating plays for like us. Like I don't know how many give and go actions you've seen run.
My
Who's that? Go ahead.
Miami don't. You right. I don't think Miami really runs a system either. It's kind of like with pace and space. It was like play defense, try to get out on a break with LeBron and D Wade, and if not, we're gonna run this high ball screen with LeBron and D Wade, and we go try to kick out to these shooters. That's kind of like what they do now. So they run more post splits and like more delay actions, or just like you said, the handoffs because they got Duncan now and Bam.
Pick and rolls and shit.
Yeah, but like a real system is something like the triangle offense, and like Tex Winter got that from overseas and brought it to the Bulls. Like you said, that system is based off of like actual IQ, being able to read and react from plays that are made off of like a group of people in a certain specific area. You say, oh, the player makes this decision. There's always multiple passes to make, and it's up to you to make the decision on which pass that there is to make. So I think it is I think Miami plays within a system, an idea, but the actual like schematics, I don't think is really like anything crazy. It's still basically what the same shit everybody else does. And then
About Tex Winners, bro. Like real quick. I think it was like it was also like a theory or something like the Chicago Bulls logo was placed in a specific area of the court to kind of help navigate players old and new as to what their positions were within the triangle. I thought that was pretty interesting. That might be pretty deep. That goes pretty deep into like the thinking of some of the NBA coaches and shit.
Yeah, like, and then like the transition thing, it's like I just think they don't have a guy. Like it comes back to the guard thing too. To me, it's like if you look at majority of the top teams in transition, they're dominated by guards, except for probably Milwaukee, because they got Giannis and he's like a one man fast break himself. But everybody else, the Thunder, the Sixers got Maxey, Cleveland has Garland and Mitchell. Like most of the guys, other teams that are like tops in the NBA in transition, they have one or two guards who are constantly pushing the pace and scoring in transition. Even the Timberwolves, and they play double big, and they're a pretty slow team, but Anthony Edwards is a monster in transition. So if you don't have that one guy to like push the pace for you and kind of be that one man fast break, it's really hard, in my opinion, to score in transition in general. Because you got to have somebody who has the athleticism to begin that break, and then everybody else comes along with that. And probably the best guy they have with it right now is maybe JJJ, but he ain't an elite athlete. He's a good athlete, but not elite.
I think the other people.
Thank you. Somebody finally said it. Thank you.
Well, he's not an elite athlete. Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
All right, like he's. I'll give him above average athlete. Like he's an above average athlete, not elite though. And I think some people, they gas it a little bit. But to your point about the fast break thing, I think that's interesting when you say JJJ is the best at running the fast break, and I think that's because the other options, they come with their own set of flaws. Like Jovic could be the best with the ball in his hand in transition, but I don't think he finishes well enough to be that guy.
I think it's also because he looks to pass more than actually score.
Kevin Love and Jimmy Butler combo. That's the best transition this team
No,
had.
I'm talking about more so like one man fast break type shit that CS was kind of alluding to, in terms of like how other teams have lead guards or somebody like that who can push the break by themselves and be kind of the engine for fast break offense. We got guys like
Yeah, bro.
Bam could, but Bam's ball handling ain't good enough. Like Jovic could, but he, like to Vince's point, he looks to pass. Like what you was about to say, Nasty Man?
No, I was about to say our lead guard is 6'10". He comes from Serbia. When he gets
Yes,
the ball, that
sir.
nose is pointing in the direction that he want to go. That motherfucker be moving like a freight train, and I will be hyped when he gets the Giannis upper abilities. When he plays the game long enough to get his VC to upgrade his abilities to Giannis levels. We will have a 3-point shooting Giannis at point guard in 3 years, and I will be here with LeBron James' son, and we will be watching this game
I
and
ain't gonna
hoping
lie.
for another ring.
Sometimes this organization does make me really proud. When I heard that they was out there at LeBron James Jr.'s second game, I was like, "Oh, this is the type of nasty work that I can get behind." Go ahead, I hear it, huh?
Yes, sir.
I mean, they're constantly scouting undrafted prospects. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not surprised that they were Sky and Brownie.
Oh man, you said teams gonna stay
For that, just
away. You said team gonna stay away from that heart condition.
Look, in all honesty, if this was a regular draft, like this draft is so fucking bad. Like it's terrible. Look at the G League at night. Them niggas is bad. And half them niggas was projected to be top 5. A lot of these top prospects are fucking trash. So if this was a regular draft, I wouldn't be surprised if Bronny got undrafted. And if his name was Jacoby White or
Yeah.
something, the nigga, he'll maybe a second round prospect this year. Maybe. And that's in a bad draft.
Are you calling this draft hot sidewalk dookie? I like it.
Oladipo, Anthony Bennett draft.
Woo.
Yeah, like this Alex Saw guy.
And yet for
A
Sar,
lot of them are super unpolished. Super unpolished.
Pick up, he's not even that good.
Yeah.
What is this? What is
Hey,
this trade that you
hey,
just?
Jess. I was just saying the trade you put in the chat, like I think it was a day ago. It's pretty nice, bro. It's perfect.
No, I'm talking about this trade that Ant just put in here for Pascal Siakam, Thad Young, and Otto Porter Jr.
Are we opposed?
Yes.
Why?
Hell yeah, I'm not giving up that for no fucking Pascal Siakam, bro. In the picks, plus Tyler in the youth, and Kyle Lowry contract. That's too much, bro.
Also, now we like Kyle Lowry and
That
Tyler.
no, we like his contract, not for fucking Pascal
I
Siakam,
wouldn't
Thaddeus
like
Young, and Otto
players.
Porter Jr., bro.
If you trade for
How many
Thaddeus
Pascal
times?
Young,
Siakam, you have to extend them. And Otto Porter Jr.
How
m-
many
plays center
times do
now for
we
some
have to
reason.
see? How many times
bro,
do we have to see bad fits fail before we realize bad fits should not be on the same team together?
Thaddeus Young and me about the same age, bro. That's not good. Just no.
Me and Otto Porter Jr. weigh the same amount.
The trade is essentially Pascal Siakam, 2 first for a hero. Feel like that's what it is. That's how they're gonna say it on ESPN because that's what it is. Yo, look what I put in the basement chat though. Like I think I wouldn't be against that at all.
You can put that same one in the comment section over here, bro.
I don't
Well,
really
you can just post a picture.
picture here.
Oh, you can't? Oh, my bad. I was lying to you. I just threw some shit out there.
Miami.
Hold on now.
See, that's the perfect trade. That's the perfect trade because you ain't giving up shit, but really Tyler.
What's the trade? I ain't got it. What's the trade?
It's Terry Rozier, Spencer Dinwiddie, Dorian Finney-Smith in the second round pick comes to Miami. The Nets get Tyler Hero, and then the Hornets get Kyle Lowry, a second and a first.
From the
So
Nets, though.
They
You
get it
gotta
from
you
the
gotta
Nets.
say it's from the Nets.
You get it from the
That's the
Nets.
part.
So the Nets only giving up 2 second round picks in the first, and then the Heat are giving up Kyle Lowry and Tyler Hero.
Hey,
And then you
I feel like they're
is
gonna
Terry Rozier
ask for
better than
picks from
Tyler?
somewhere now.
Low key.
You said what now?
Is
Yes,
Terry Rozier better than Tyler?
yes,
Low key.
yes.
Yeah, I don't know if I would say better.
Much of a difference
I'm
where
gonna
you're
You,
drop
gonna
off
be
some.
like,
you wanna know why I like that so much? Because when the season end and Donovan Mitchell be like, I don't want to fucking be in Cleveland. Would you rather have Terry Rozier? Would you rather have fucking Tyler Hero? That's the question. Up in that trade, they see Terry Rozier, and he just came off a nice playoff run. They got to the conference finals, but couldn't make it to the finals. You know what everybody gonna say? That's a good trade that they did right there for Donovan Mitchell. They got a good player in return, Terry Rozier.
But they
That's what they
already
gonna
got
say.
Garland. They
Don't
already.
matter. Donovan Mitchell gonna be like, I don't want to fucking be there. My
I can
narrative is
see that.
that Donovan Mitchell gonna be like, I hate Cleveland, get me the fuck up out of here. I'm not resigning. And when that
So,
happens, there's no whole bar.
so you think it'd be a third? I think if that's the case, it's going to be a third team involved.
That's cool. Hey, 13,
hear me out
14, 15.
Rozier. That's my thing.
real quick, because you could hypothetically it'll be Rozier, and what's his name, and fucking Jaime. It'll be Rozier, Jaime, and a couple
It'll be
picks.
Rozier. It'll be Rose. Oh wait. You talking about to start?
For a
Oh,
trade. For
Say it's time to, and then their starting lineup. You could put Max Strus at the 2, put Jaime at the 3, and bring Rozier off the bench as a 6 man. Like
for
You
3 years.
see, I ain't trying to interrupt you, none, CS, but see, like the move they make this season is going to be a stopgap until the
Mm-hmm.
Donovan Mitchell stuff happens. Because
I
whoever
agree.
they sign this season, they not staying.
I
They
agree.
just need to be good enough.
I agree. I just think I don't know, man. I just feel like Cleveland would actually take Hero back. Personally, I think they would. Now we're gonna have to give up more in that trade, but I think they would take him back only because I feel like he can play now and he fits what they already got going on anyway.
Like, yeah, I totally agree with that. But like Donovan Mitchell, like it's because of his value with his contract right now. Like when it get to that final year and they be like, hey, I'm not signing here. That's when it's like,
Yeah,
okay, you got to take whatever the fuck you can get. But I mean, they bring other teams into contention and all that shit too. But whatever. I mean, I'm pretty sure they'll honor him, sending him to where he want to go. But the thing is, like, it ain't happening this season. Like, it ain't happening in a couple weeks, is what I'm trying to say. So whatever they get now, it's perfect if you can get that trade to just put because it's like they're not really giving up shit, and you can make it work with Terry Rozier and whatever the fuck to get Donovan Mitchell here. Like that's easier to do than what they trying to do now because they don't have anything to give other than Tyler, the youth, Jaime, and whatever little picks they got. You know, it's harder now than it would be later.
Let me ask y'all a question. I was looking at the trade machine today, and I was looking at who like would match Tyler's salary, and I was looking at the Pacers, and they got T.J. McConnell and what's his name, Buddy Hield. Would y'all do that trade? Would y'all trade Hero for like those two?
More
And if
Jimmy's
we getting some
mid-ass
picks back,
brain.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, let's say they gave you back a 2027 pick or some shit. I don't know.
I need one of them Jets, bro.
Yeah, bro, give me Jarris Walker
I need one of. I need
or the Haitian.
I just don't.
I
Neesmith,
take them hard, bro. Like
Nimrod.
shit.
I need one of them. I need one of them kids from over there to come back.
Okay. So you want the kids and a pick back, or you just want
I'd
Hey,
rather pick and leave Buddy Hill.
But only reason I
hey,
said
bro.
Buddy Hield is because he's an expiring, and I know he a sniper, so that gives you
Yeah,
two
yeah.
snipers.
He's Black Tyler Hero to me.
That's what I'm saying. But that's
Yeah.
it would be easier to bring him off the bench. I'm just thinking from a perspective of like the team, but also like what puts you in the best position to have the most to give to Cleveland for Donovan Mitchell at the same time. That's all I was saying.
Yeah.
Cause see, bro, my thing is like trade Tyler to the fucking Hornets, bro. Cause I know Jess was talking the other day. Cause I used to do little trades and everything, but I never thought they would give up Nick Smith Jr. But I'm like, if you could trade Tyler to the Hornets and get Nick Smith Jr. back, plus like a pick,
Yeah,
that's
that would
like
be nice.
that's
That
the
would be
move.
nice.
You know what I'm saying?
That would be
Like
nice.
if you can get Terry Rozier, Nick Smith Jr. and a pick,
That's a good.
yeah,
A pretty good.
that's
That's a
it.
pretty good deal.
If you had to cobble together a package right now that would leave Tyler Hero on the roster to save for the Donovan Mitchell thing, like what? How would your brain begin to process that? Like, how would you start that one?
So look at what can you get for Kyle Lowry in a second.
Kyle Lowry, Caleb Martin.
Or I'll say get your pick back so you can unlock them so you can have. But even at that,
So going to OKC.
see get the pick back. But regardless, it'll still be what can I get for Kyle Lowry in a second if you want to keep that window open for Donovan. And I know niggas don't like it. I put out a trade and niggas like I don't know, y'all wasn't jacking it. I'm not really jacking it, but something like DeLon Wright, Gallinari, and Shamit for Kyle Lowry in a second. Like it doesn't really move the fuck up your quote unquote hero package.
But
See,
what
that's
is
the
the point
thing,
of
bro.
that?
Like,
Hold on, no, wait. What's the point of that? You're getting rid. You're
The
trading away and expiring. You're picking up more longer-term contracts. Are they going to be expiring in the next year to trade in other deals?
I
Are you
like
going to?
DeLon Wright.
He's a
Is he
He a
gonna
solid
be?
player.
He's a bench. He's a perfect bench
Yeah.
guy. He's a solid bench guy. He's like the Monte Morris, the fucking
Jag.
Tyus Jones, like all that level.
He's just a guy, bro. Like he's a jag, bro.
Exactly, bro. Like exactly. He's a perfect dude. Like, hey, I need you to come do 15, 18 minutes off the bench for me, bro. That's perfection.
he can shoot and he's an okay defender. So like
Man, Landry Shamet should be out the NBA in my opinion.
But I would have to see what I don't know what their contracts are. That's my.
$8 or $9 million deal.
Hey, was there ever an overlap between Landry Shamet and Landry Fields being in the NBA? Because I remember I used to get them two fucked up.
Oh, no, that I don't think that.
See, people
Carl Landry and
I
Landry
don't think
Fields.
that happened.
don't even remember Landry Fields. Like he used to do the little thing with Jeremy Lin, the little nerd thing.
I forgot about Landry Fields until I heard he became the GM of Atlanta, and the first thing he did is snipe DeJounte Murray from the Spurs.
That boy did go to an Ivy League school, if I remember correct.
Stanford
Hey,
grad.
for the little Deontay Murray, whatever the fuck, for the little hype that they've been talking about for the trade, bro, I would do that trade. I would do it,
Hey,
I would do it.
LeBron James in the playback comment section. You just
Pascal's been traded to the Warriors.
you just got brother.
Oh, it's a fan. Oh, okay.
That's the fake shit.
You
Yeah.
just got.
Yo,
Put
dude
that in
got
the pickup.
fried, bro.
You got terror out here. That's the new term. You got terror out here, bro. That shit is cooked. That's the fake account.
Damn, it's LeBron James Terror.
It might be. I ain't gonna hold you. It might be.
Hey man, I just need the Raptors Warrior thing to be real eventually, because I'm telling you, Miami gonna find a way to
Wait,
sneak up in that trade, bro. They're gonna find a way to become somebody. They're gonna be a part of somebody's big ass trade, and they're gonna get something.
We're gonna get
see,
Moses
like
Moody after all said and done.
when Jeff was
They're gonna get
saying
something that
about
fall off the
that
back of the
Landry
truck.
Shamet
Yeah.
trade, like if that
Yeah.
Landry Shamet contract is something we can like roll into a trade in the future, I'd be okay with that. Otherwise, I kind of want to get like
Like any one of
no,
those,
it's like
like
I just
I'll go ahead.
yeah, no, I was just saying either one of those trade pieces, but it just depends because I don't know what teams want anymore thanks to this new CBA. Some teams they seem to be valuing young players more than they want first round picks, and then there's like the OKCs, Utah Jazzes that just want a bunch of picks. So part of me just wants picks more than I want players. So
Look, it's a
I don't
couple
know.
teams
I don't
out
know.
there. I'll go ahead, Jeff.
Are you willing to give up? Well, Caleb is a name to give up. I think you could get a first for him or 3 or 4 seconds. Jovic, I think you get 3 seconds for him. But it's like, is it worth trading those guys for? Caleb is one name I would trade for first because clear out the gut. Make sure you have time to let the Jovic's of the world and James run. Because once Caleb gets back, it's gonna look ugly for one or two of them wings, and we kind of have a glut there. So
That
if you could clear it up and
feels
get a
like
first,
Duncan. It feels like Duncan gonna be the one getting squeezed.
you think so?
Yeah, bro. Because like you're not squeezing Jay Rich. You're
It's
not
gonna be
squeezing.
Jovic.
Well, Jovic's not gonna play the minute like Jimmy get back. So when Jimmy
Definitely
get back, then
okay.
Jovic no longer plays, and then when Caleb get back, then it's gonna be like you either cutting Jay Rich um or you cutting Duncan minutes because you're not cutting James drastically. You're not cutting Tyler's. Like that's the only place they can go is Duncan or Jay Rich. And with Kyle Lowry gonna be in and out, and you still need a backup guard, quote unquote. I think Duncan gonna be the one who lose minutes unless they decide to make Caleb earn his minutes. And he got to like claw his way back.
And Caleb fight his way back. There's no point. Just trade him.
I think ideally they would like to trade him, but like, what are you getting back for Caleb right now, realistically?
I mean, you can't be getting
Think they
much.
could at least get a first from a playoff contender?
I don't think we can get a first.
Only if you can guarantee that he's going to resign there. Kind of like with Pascal. Like this thing with the Pascal trade, teams are not willing to trade 'cause they don't know if he's going to sign. One team already rejected. He
I
already rejected, so
the
they,
type of
they
player
weren't
that
giving anything up for him.
I don't think Caleb's the type of player where people are going to be like, "Oh, we have to get him to commit to re-sign here before trading for him." It's like we'll trade for him, and if he plays well for us now, then cool. And if he don't, then we'll just let his ass go. Like Pascal, okay, yeah, Pascal has that type of leverage, but Caleb, I don't know. Like any team that gets him is going to let him test the market after they get him.
Well, I'm just
Man,
saying
they
that
got
from the
to look.
perspective of giving up a
Tr-
first.
Caleb Martin. Who's a better player?
Who?
Josh Hart or
Consistency wise, Josh Hart overall they about the same, I guess.
Listen, I ain't seen Caleb
last
Martin
year?
take
The
out
Knicks
nobody's
gave up a
knees.
first round pick for Josh Hart without knowing if he
Yeah,
was going to
Caleb.
resign or not.
Just based off
But
the Eastern Conference Finals alone, they should get a first round pick for that motherfucker. I don't care if he is been hurt all year. Like just off of that, because they seen the performance. Everybody's seen that fucking performance. Like they can get something out of that. You know what I mean? He should go
but like
straight to the Thunder. Thunder give us our pick and maybe Poku just to make the money match because they not re-signing Poku, so two motherfuckers ain't getting re-signed. Swapping for each other. Ours is more valuable. Yours been hurt for every fucking year. Give us the first that we had back to us to unlock our shit, and we good. You know what I mean? We swap with another
But
one. Call it a
again,
day.
it's about the extension because you're not going to give up a first for a 2 year, 2 month rental on a role player. It just wouldn't make sense. It doesn't matter what draft it is. But they extended him.
I think the
But they
Thunder
extended
would
him.
extend because see the Thunder is in a weird position. They got our pick, so we can get our pick back. That's what we really want out of it. But they in that weird position. They could give Caleb a little bit of money. They have too many players that they're gonna end up having to pay. If they can lock in a Caleb Martin level player at a good affordable contract, then they have some bench for the future. Yeah, you
Another
see what
thing
I'm saying?
too.
Like
3 years, how much?
And by the time that contract is up, you're gonna have enough money to re-sign Chet and Jalen Williams.
But another thing
exactly.
too
So
is
like you
they're in
get
this weird
bench depth.
situation right now. They're in this weird situation right now where they either have to let go of a bunch of picks or let go of a bunch of players. So they might just do it because they have like seven
Cause
picks in the
see,
next spot in the next three drafts,
Especially
and then they have
bro,
four
they're
or five
going to
players
have a
coming up
big
on
ass
their
trade.
contract.
They, my bad, I ain't trying to interrupt you, nothing, Vince. But
No,
I'm
you're
just
good.
trying to
You're good.
say, bro, they're going to have a big ass trade in the offseason for some big name, whatever player, or multiple big name players to get off some of them picks. They gonna need a Caleb Martin level player at a good pay period, even pay year or whatever, to where they're not giving up a whole bunch of shit and they can afford to have like a bench behind these guys because like they got like four motherfuckers that can make a max on that team. You know what I'm saying? Shea already made his, right? He already got his contract, correct or no?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
got it.
got extended.
Yeah, so Shay, they already got one motherfucking making over 100 million. Chet gonna be the next one. Jalen Williams gonna be the next one. They got that O'Shea, O'Sheen. I'm not say his fucking name, but he like 16. He's gonna be whenever they get off of some of these other folks they don't use. He gonna have to get paid. Like it's a fuck ton of people on their team is gonna have to get paid. It'll be nice to have a
Hmm.
Caleb Martin where they can trust to like, okay, I know you're a little bit older, you're a veteran. We've trusted you. You got your money. We just need you to come off the bench, do these little small things. You're not gonna make no fucking big whatever about not starting none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like he just want to get paid, and it's the perfect situation for everybody.
I think y'all convinced me. To be honest with you, like I was listening. I think y'all convinced me on the logic behind OKC being willing to trade for Caleb and taking on and extending them. Like that makes sense.
Well, they
Do I think
they
it's gonna happen?
literally
No.
can't. They literally can't draft
Yeah,
any more
they're
players.
not.
Like they can't afford to draft all those players because they already have so many players on their own roster that they haven't even gotten through their rookie contract. So they're going to be in a position where they have to offload the picks. So either they go for the
Shut.
big
Man,
stars.
Wait. So Shelton said OKC benefits from taking our 2025 pick and swapping that to us for our 2029 pick. There's no reason for OKC to have an additional 2025 pick.
Swapping the pick doesn't benefit Miami because if we don't have a 2029 pick, we cannot. Let's say we swap it, then that will lock us for 2028 and 2030. We won't be able to trade those two picks. So
yeah, we
effectively,
need
that
it
only
back.
leaves us with 24 and 26. So swapping the pick doesn't really do anything. It's still gonna put us in a locked in spot where we could only move two first round picks. You're gonna need to get a 2025 pick. That's what Miami needs, a 2025 pick. Whether that's getting our 2025 pick back or getting our 2025 pick from another team. Because if we have a 2025 pick, then we'll be able to move 24, 26, 28, and 2030.
See, that's my thing. Nah, that makes perfect sense. That's what I'm talking about. That's why I'm like Caleb has to go to the OKC Thunder or anybody like I said for the 2025 pick. Like I don't know if it's the rules where it got to be our 2025 or 2025 in general, but
Yeah,
we
it's
have to get a 2025 pick back.
any
Yeah, so we
2025 pick
we have
works.
to yeah, so we have to get a 2025 pick back. That's why I was like, tell Caleb to go to that motherfucker, have it worked out behind the scenes. Like, hey, we gonna pay you like 12, 18, whatever the fuck a year. You know what I'm saying? We just don't need you to be our bench, our six man right there, 6 man Caleb, perfect spot. He getting paid. He coming off the bench. It's a good team, number one in the West, so we ain't fucking you over. We need y'all to send back our pick to make the money match. We gonna take Poku because y'all already said y'all not gonna sign him. He been hurt the past 2 whatever the fuck years. We don't give a fuck about that. If it work out for us, good. If it don't work out for us, we let him go, trade him off, sign him, whatever the fuck. As long as we get the pick, we're only here for the pick. If y'all didn't have to make money match, then we wouldn't even take Poku. But we got to make money match. So give us Poku because that's like the closest thing to it, in theory.
Trade 4 first-round picks, 3 swaps, Tyler Hero, Jaime Jaquez, and Jovic for blah name star. Like we could
It's
have
the
like
it's the Shaq trade. It's the Shaq trade. The three young people and picks for whoever the fuck. It's the Shaq trade.
Hold on now, because my mind just skipped over Donovan Mitchell when I heard you listing out that package.
think higher, think brighter, whatever the case is. I'm
Like,
saying in terms
who is
of amount of
that package? Who is that package for? Because that's to get one of Bam homeboys. That's like a Jason Tatum package.
Exactly.
like you name it, the MVP candidate. I think that all of that is a little bit too much for just Mitchell, but maybe you could trade 3 first, Hero and Jovic for a Mitchell, then turn around and trade 1 first and Jaime and somebody else for a very, very quality, maybe borderline star level kind of guy. Like it's you still, or you could just keep that pick on the side just in case a couple years from now you need to make some type of switch up, something ain't working, throw a pick and player for such and such.
Yeah, I was
Or
about to think like the Miami Heat for a second. Like the type of player that they would ask for Jaime and a pick would be absurd. They're going to
Yeah.
ask, they're going to ask
I
for,
mean, they
but you might be able to get a Zion.
I don't know, but I get what you're saying.
look. I'm thinking like De'Aaron Fox level, fucking Shea level. I'm thinking guard
Bro,
No,
because
not
I'm thinking
about the first
our
package.
boy.
The first package was MVP level. I'm talking about a Jaime and a first. You can't be talking about the Aaron Fox for Jaime and a first.
oh no. I thought you was talking about the big
No,
package. I thought you was talking about that.
the big package is superstar, like face of the league type shit. The
It is
second package
jaw
is going to
whip.
get you. Yeah, the second package is the one that's going to get you your third star.
Nah, you sold
The-
me. Let's trade for jaw whip.
Where we could trade all of our first, Jaime and Jovic and Hero and get back a combination of a Pascal Siakam and Donovan Mitchell, and or Donovan Mitchell and Laurie Markkinen. Like I don't know if
Yeah, I
y'all want to
seen
see
that
that, but
trade.
And
Because didn't you post that one before?
I
Yeah, I
can.
know the trade you talking about. Yeah, I know
I would
exactly the trade
prefer.
you talking about.
I would prefer Laurie Markkinen in that circumstance to Pascal Siakam. Not to say that Laurie's a better player, but like,
No, it's just a better fit.
yeah, it's just a better fit.
Look, my
Donovan
thing is
Mitchell, Bam Adebayo, and Laurie Markkinen. I'm moved.
yeah, that moves mountains for me. That moves fucking mountains for me, bro. That's parting the fucking seas. That's building buildings. We got 1960s industrial shit starting with that, bro. I likes that. That's a new city. That's a new fucking continent right there.
That's a
Shit.
new vibe to what's going on out here in Heat Nation.
Yeah, that's the new religion right there. My religion is getting Bam help. I don't give a fuck about Jimmy. I don't give a fuck about Pat Riley. I don't give a fuck about none of these people on this team. Whatever gets Bam help. Because they say the championship window closed. It ain't. If you trade motherfuckers to open that shit for Bam, bro.
I think hero apologists are like more willing to trade Jimmy Butler. Like the idea of trading Tyler Hero is nauseating to them. But if you broach the topic like, okay, well, trade Jimmy instead. That way Tyler can, get a bigger role or something like that. Or somebody next to Tyler who will help him flourish in his current role. So if you sell them on trading Jimmy Butler for, let's go pie in the sky. Let's go SGA. They'd be more
Oh
willing
wow.
to accept that
Oh,
than they would a Tyler Hero for anything, really. Like I think they'd be more open to trading Jimmy for SGA than they would Tyler for Donovan Mitchell.
that's so disgusting. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, that's terrible, bro. Because you already got everybody you need. You literally just need a Donovan Mitchell level player. Like that's it.
Just a
It's
guard.
terrible.
I don't want to put those, but I feel like when I have these conversations with Tyler Hero, it's just like you're going to continue to make excuses for the caliber of player that we're talking about trading Tyler Hero for. So okay, let's see if you're willing to part with Jimmy Butler and venture, I guess, deeper into the unknown in terms of getting a young ascending, or Shea's a great example for me, even though OKC would spit in our face if we present this. But I think if you tell them, okay, we're getting SGA back for Jimmy, then they'd be cool with that just because they get to keep Tyler, SGA is young, and you'd have Bam. And they feel like that's the best of both worlds.
Man, this Tyler Hero, Donovan Mitchell nonsense is so fucking disrespectful. Like the Cavs are refusing to give up on their team right now, where they should be tanking because all their players are hurt. But the player who's keeping them afloat is Donovan Mitchell himself. That's the one we want to trade. Oh, Tyler.
He's so polarizing, bro. It's wild. It's really
It's because he's white. That's literally it, to be honest with you. Like, he's not a particularly good player. Like, that's my thing. It's like, it's no way you actually watch basketball and think Tyler Hero is one of the top players, even at his position. Not even in the NBA, just at his position. There's no way you actually watch basketball and think that. It's specifically because he's white. That's it. They identify with him.
white
I'm not,
and American born.
I'm
Yep.
not gonna lie to you. CS kind of spin a little bit because all things considered, I mean, when you just go to fucking Heat games, more often than not, like the jersey I see most frequently outside of Jimmy Butler, it's Hero. These little white kids and shit, they fucking love the guy because they see somebody who looks just like them, who's cooking in a predominantly black league. Just calling a spade a spade. I mean, that's a huge fucking part of it. They see that. It's like it's the fucking Spike Lee movie, Do the Right Thing. The fucking guy wearing the Larry Bird jersey. If they remade Do the Right Thing, he'd be wearing a fucking Tyler Hero jersey or a Luka Doncic jersey.
Bro,
So
if you really want to get deep, bro, that's why Pat Riley likes him. Like, I'm just being honest with you. Like, Pat Riley sees himself in Tyler Hero to some extent. Like, he's this Kentucky kid. He's white. He's kind of like, he's got an attitude about him, kind of like Pat Riley had. Not in this. Pat Riley's attitude came from more from grit than it did from being flashy. But he sees himself in Hero, so he's like, yeah, this is gonna be my next guy. Because that has to be, it has to be personal. Because why the fuck when you draft Tyrese Maxey? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me because he's a Kentucky guy, just like Tyler and Bam were. He shined at Kentucky. Like, he was one of their best players while he was there. And it's like Goran was clearly on his way out. You know what I'm saying? Like, this man was 30-some years old and he's coming off a major foot injury. Like, it's pretty clear he's never going to be the same guy again. This is your year to try to find that guy to transition into Goran's spot. But instead, they said, no, we're going to get a guy who's basically a lesser version of who Bam was in college. Why the fuck would you go draft another Bam Adebayo or a guy who you thought could be another Bam Adebayo? That doesn't make any fucking sense when you have a significant hole at the point guard spot from your 30-year-old who's coming off a major foot injury. Like, so
Bro, funny thing about that, if they would have traded for not trade, if they would have drafted for Tyrese Maxey, I am wholeheartedly in agreement that they would not have traded for Kyle Lowry. And it would be a
it wouldn't have made
completely
sense.
different fucking team.
It wouldn't have made sense
It would
to
have
go
been a
draft
different
Tyler.
team. Exactly.
And then
It
you're
would have been
talking about one
completely
of the
fucking
best.
different.
At that point, then now we're really talking about one of the best younger cores in the NBA with Bam, Hero, Maxey, and then you're probably still going to draft for JJJ and Jovic because they're still going to have those picks. So it's like,
with what you're saying. Well, especially at the time. At the time, Maxi was seen as more of a Tyler Hero type of guy, aka cannot play make. Obviously, with time and improvement in the league, he gotten better, and now he's a decent playmaker. But it was more so Miami was saying, would we rather have a Tyler Hero light or a Bam Adebayo light? And I guess and in hindsight, yes, it's definitely you should have went with Maxi, but you know,
What you say?
I mean, it was clear that they needed a guard though. That's
That's
the
what I'm
thing.
saying.
Like
Like,
it was clear from the offseason starting that they needed a guard. That's why I was like, when they chose fuck it, I was like, why the fuck did they do
Precious.
this?
who is
You
like
know,
that? My
like why
thing
the
was
fuck?
like, you don't even draft people from Memphis. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Kentucky is your bread and
Another
butter.
name,
Like,
Precious.
you you've hit pretty much on every pick that you have. Why wouldn't you?
The
That's why I say this was a personal.
James
That's
Wiseman.
why the hindsight thing don't really go for me because this was personal. This wasn't about basketball because
Yep.
they did not like the fact that he was repped by Clutch. That's the only. It just that's the only thing because everything else lines up perfectly. Even Hero said it. He's like, I'm feeling Kentucky with this pick. Like, come on,
Mm-hmm.
like that was my thing about it. And then the thing is, even if you want to say, okay, hindsight, they Maxi wasn't the developed player that he is. Okay, cool. But then you go get a guy that you know you're not gonna be able to play him next to Bam. At least not for the next 3 or 4 years. Like they don't even want to play Jovic next to Bam, and he's already a much better shooter than Precious is. So it's like, and
I
you
think
already have a struggle
And
playing
that
Bam and Jimmy because of the spaces. So it's like you spending that pick on a backup. That's
and
what
that's
we're
what's
saying.
so
you're
insane
certainly
is like he
right,
wasn't even
but
gonna be
like
just a backup right off bat. He was a
maybe I think
project
it was
backup
also
because he was too
an
raw
over.
as a basketball player.
Yeah,
I
I
also
just
think it
don't.
was kind of like an overreaction to getting eaten alive on the boards by AD and Dwight Howard. They're like, oh, we have to get another big right next to Bam. I'm like, are you sure? Because your fucking 30-year-old point guard, to CS's point, also got hurt. I think that's more of a pressing issue than that.
Then like you go get a 6'8" guy, like who a guy, and like he's not even like it's not like he's Kevin Love. Like when Kevin Love came in the league, he was a big dude. You know what I'm saying? He was fat, kind of fat. He was tall. He was 6'8", but he was kind of fat, and he was strong, and he could root out space and get great rebounding. Like he ain't Kevin Love. Like so, you go get another small big.
at the time, yeah, I need y'all to go back and watch some Precious highlights real quick, or in high school, like I mean, it's high school
I
and
remember the
college,
time
and
period,
you know,
bro.
At Memphis,
Here's the problem with
He
that.
took over for James Wiseman when James Wiseman got hurt, and he
Yep.
filled in at center and he played really really well, bro. Like he looked like Bam a little bit.
But the thing
Yeah,
is, it was like a huge feel good story because James Wiseman left them in the dust and they were feeling all salty about it. And then they had this guy,
other
and they,
thing, he was able to shoot a little bit.
yeah. So they had this guy fill in for this role. But like the whole thing is like he was still figuring out the role at that time in Memphis. So he was a project there in college. So we were drafting a project to be a project here and then develop him just to be the backup. And he's an undersized backup version of what we already have as an undersized center. It never made sense when we have a clear hole at guard. And we to this day we still have clear holes at guard and we just never addressed it.
This is my thing, man. I just look around the NBA and I feel like you only need three things to build your team around. You need a lead guard. You need a wing that's preferably a two-way type of player, and then you need a big. They've got two of those things. Like they just need that lead guard. Like, and then they can fill in the rest of the spots with just role players, guys who can stretch the floor, play defense, just do little connective things. Like this idea that you need two BAMs or you don't need two BAMs. You know what I'm saying? Like you got your guy. You got that big man who can guard multiple positions, can roll to the rim, hit all the passes out of the short roll and do multiple things. You got your two-way wing who can give you that 25 on two-way on production and go on efficiency in the playoffs. Like you need that lead guard, which pretty much every other team has, and they don't. So that's how I look at it. If I'm looking at the NBA.
Random. Okay. But yeah, speaking of what you were saying though, right? In terms of all we need is that elite guard. If you guys look into the chat and you guys scroll up a little bit, I had put the trade in again. So y'all can take a look at that and you get an elite guard and you also get the four next to Bam. Yeah, yeah, you tell me who says no.
The
I'm
Miami.
telling you right now, the Jazz are saying no right away.
Not enough picks for the Jazz.
Yeah, this man wanted 5 picks for Laurie by himself.
Yeah.
So 1 pick is not going to do it. Even if he loves Tyler, he's still going to want at least 2
Yeah.
or 3.
The
I
minute
think
that
he
they
probably
see
want three.
The minute that they see Hero, Jovic, and Jaime in this trade, you'll be getting pushback from every member of
Oh
the
no,
Miami Heat fan base.
the Heat
That
fan base down here, the ones that have a different skin tone than you, yeah, no, they're coming to Rikers Island and they're putting you on that cross.
But
that's an
it's not just the white ones; it's gonna be the Hispanic ones too.
Hey,
They
Oh yeah,
I just want to say this too, right? And I think CS kind of made a slight point about that, with Hero being white. I don't know if it got mentioned before, but I think that was also not to relitigate super old shit. I think that was also a really huge part of why the Blazers, like a quote unquote package for Dame, got so shit on. It was led by like 3 white dudes. They're like, nah, that's not gonna fucking work. And maybe that's me overthinking it, but I thought that was a huge part of it that nobody wanted to say.
No, you're right. You're
yeah,
right.
that's a fact.
disrespectful to lead a trade package with two.
Having
Vacation.
Rozier as the main dude for the fucking trade for Donovan Mitchell in the offseason is gonna look better. Cause it's like, oh man, this dude he can get to the goal, he can spin off of one leg, he shooting threes, like that shit look good. We
And
need that out here.
they are going to want something completely different next to Darius Garland. I don't think they're gonna want Terry Rozier playing next to Darius Garland.
I don't either, bro, but for my narrative, I gotta push it.
I understand. Ideally, I think they want somebody like a Jalen Brown. Um, I mean, I
Yes.
don't hate it. I
If
don't hate it.
you
It's gonna
I
think
be
don't
other
hate it.
Yes.
people. Hey, it's
Yes.
gonna be other people in that trade. You know what I'm
I
saying? It's
don't
gonna
hate
be
it.
other people in
I
that
don't hate
trade.
it.
We just need that black face on the front, that athletic black man that can shoot.
it'll probably be once again like a Rozier podcast 3 first, and then filler, and then their starting lineup will be the gate guard. I don't know if y'all hear how you talk, but Garland is a questionable guy. But Garland, Max Strus, the Twin Towers, and Rozier will be your 6 man with Karis LeVert on the bench.
Man,
So
listen to that. That should sound good,
That's a good.
Cleveland.
That's
That
a good.
should sound good as fuck.
Hey, how many picks
Except
did
it's
they give
not.
up to get Donovan Mitchell?
I think they gave up 2. Oh yeah, 'cause
I mean,
picks, Larry Marketing and Colin Sexton. So they're getting 3 picks back and 2 solid contributors.
of your value back somewhat, not all of it, but somewhat, because Laurie took off. But
And that's exactly the same. Like compared to if we're comparing apples and oranges, Colin Sextons and Rozier, you flip a coin, same nigga. And Hawkes and Larry Marketing, some could say compared to Larry Marketing then and Hawkes now, Hawkes is the better quote unquote asset. So if you ask me,
And he's better fit than what Laurie Marketing was too, because they was playing
yeah,
3 years at the time over there.
I'm
Woo,
not
Lori
mad at that.
Markin
I'm
at
not mad
small
at that, to
forward
be
is an
honest.
experience.
I'm not mad at it. I feel like that's fair for both sides.
saying at the end of the day, whether we keep like, which goes back to the original trade with when the Heat got fucking DFS and the Rozier and Dinwiddie for here, like the original trade, like you could still do it. And not only that, it makes us better now. It makes us a better team now without giving up any assets later. So it's kind of like
It
one of those
balances, man.
trades where it's a win-win. But it comes down to how much do the Nets actually like Hero,
Hey,
giving up much for Hero if that's the deal. Like
well,
Thing is,
currently, for DFS, they want 2 first
Two
round
first
picks. They
picks.
just
That's what they
posted it. Yeah, but they just
That's
posted
the
it.
going rate, apparently. Everybody wants at least 2 first for any random.
When they got DFS for 2 first, you mean to tell me I can't get one for Caleb? It's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah, I believe
that's
that
what they
one. I
It's
believe that
weird.
now.
DFS and add
Straight
Royce
for Heat
O'Neal
players.
instead from the
Because they already spun the narrative that players are worse when they leave our team. So they're just devaluing it off just narratives alone.
They look
Junior. You showed him Max Bruce, and who else?
what? They got Garland, Max Drews, Karis LeVert. They got Jared Allen still, for whatever that's worth. Evan Mobley. That's solid. What is the top 5 seed in the East? Can you niggas hear me?
I can hear you.
I can hear you.
I can't hear whoever is
Going in and
speaking.
out.
Oh, I'm going in and out. That's probably because I'm finna try and play 2K. Any of you guys partake in the 2K?
But I
haven't
play
played it.
my team and the GM shit.
No, bro. Talk about Durant.
Unfortunately not.
You mean like my career 2K or just like what he was saying my GM?
Yeah, my career. I don't play none of that other foolishness.
I used to. I ain't got
But I stopped.
the time.
Man, I stopped playing my career in like
Too much
2017.
money.
Whenever they started doing all the movies and shit, I was like, nah, I'm not fucking with this, bro.
Yeah, when Spike
Uh,
whole
real
like
quick PSA to Heat Culture Speak. When Spo goes in the media after a game and says you're playing out of the system, and then you end up on the injury report the next day, he's sitting your ass. He's not actually injured.
Hey, I said the
And I
same
think
thing.
Tyler got the message. I think Tyler got the message, bro. I honestly think he got the message with
No.
Spo doing that because this ain't the first time he didn't had to do it, bro.
Yeah,
Like
he did it
he's done
last
it
year.
multiple times to Tyler. Yeah.
He cooked.
Really not trying to hit this right now. As y'all know, I got Tyler Hero on my fantasy team, and I
Well, you're
have a
cooked, my boy.
so
Yeah,
I
Tyler Hero.
Well, you're
Tyler
cooked.
Hero out. He out for the night.
Yeah. So you better find a flex player.
it says out. Where
Yo.
does it say out?
Yeah,
No, I
he's
think it's
No,
out.
official.
it
He
says
out
I
because
out.
think
of
it's
his shoulder.
He's out.
no. I think it's officially like doubtful right now. But it's Tyler Hero. Like he's not playing.
He's not playing.
What do they start? Duncan.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
Maybe.
they only started when Hero doesn't play. If Hero's not gonna play, Duncan will start.
We literally don't have another guard. There's no
Yeah,
way
they
he
like.
can't start.
Bro, we got Caleb the Swiss Army knife, bro.
Oh, okay. But
We
that's our
got
backcourt.
he's a guard, he's a center, he's a power forward, he's a wing, bro. He does it
Yeah,
all.
but that's our backcourt then. It's Caleb and Duncan because we
Yeah,
don't
they
have
finna have
anybody
Jovic running
else.
point. Jovic finna run point. I'm telling you, that's what's
Oh
finna
man,
happen.
my dream. Bro,
That's
don't
what's finna
tell me
happen. I'm
that,
telling you,
bro.
that's what's finna
Bro.
happen tonight.
Hey, don't tell bro. I'm flying to Miami right now, bro, to
I'm
watch this
telling
game.
you.
I'm flying in. I gotta see that in person. Starting point guard, 6'10", 220 from Serbia. I need it. Damn, me 240, bro. Oh man. That's what hey man. I need that on the team right there. I need that starting, bro. Imagine the post ups, bro.
That
Giannis
boy ain't post up,
Hero.
bro. That boy get traded.
He
Yeah, I
was
know,
doing
bro.
like
I remember you
this.
tried to post up Grayson Allen, bro. That shit didn't end well.
Yeah, it was crazy. Crazy comment.
All right, guys. I was gonna do this just to figure out how to get to work, and we made it work. We'll be doing this again. I'm probably gonna host the spaces from here from now on. But yeah, I appreciate y'all for tapping in. We're gonna do a post game show tonight, so be ready for that. And go Heat and all that good shit. Y'all have a good rest of your day.